of deceit. Telling the truth is a revolutionary act. It's the David Knight Show.
As the clock strikes 13, it is Friday, the 18th of July, year of our Lord 2025. We've got another abortionist caught on camera reveling in the death of children. And Israel has escalated the conflict in the Middle East with attacks on Syria. And of course, Trump continues to spiral and attack his own supporters over the Epstein cover-up. Stay with us. Good morning and welcome to the David Knight Show. I'm still not David Knight. Hasn't changed yet. We're still waiting to see if it happens. However, I am Travis Knight and I'll be your host for today. That's right, folks. You can go to davidknight.news and get yourself a nice hoodie. You don't want Zelensky to have a nicer hoodie than you do, so go ahead and get one. This is from the Babylon Bee. Oh, actually, before that, we've got comments I missed from Before Tony. Knights of the Storm, that's why they do it. That's what they do in Cuba. It's fascinating how they've been able to keep these old cars running with ingenuity. Yeah, I've seen pictures and videos from Cuba where they have all these beautiful cars from the 50s and 60s still running. And just really makes you almost envious when we're living here with all the ugly cars we have now.
Of course, the reason for that is they were kind of forced.
Yeah, I'm not envious of their situation, just envious of their aesthetics when it comes to cars. Knights of the Storm, we should be grateful the 15-minute Freedom City will remove that burden of owning personal transportation. Isn't that lovely? You won't have to worry about owning a car or maintaining it, changing its oil or tires. The government's so thoughtful, they're just going to strip all of that nonsense from you. They know you don't want to have to worry about that. Alien poop evolution. Then God sends a solar flare and their AI farmers shut down and they starve. That's why you need to be able to feed yourself in serious situations. If the grid goes down or if a disaster happens, you want to be able to feed yourself, whether that's having a storable food supply of some kind or raising chickens or growing your own vegetables and fruit. Whatever you can do, you need to be able to do that.
We saw a lot of problems with agriculture when these major, not quite factory farms, but the more modern version of agriculture first started, and we had the Dust Bowl and a lot of things as people were still figuring it out. In the future, we're going to have these AI robot farms that aren't just going to have to worry about soil diseases, but also computer viruses affecting crop yields.
I'm sorry, the farm is down today. The AI waifu that runs the farm was infected by a Chinese virus. They make the systems more and more fragile. Radis bro, and like I said, why do they want amnesty for illegal farm workers when robots do the job? Well, until the robots are up and running, they want to make sure they have their cheap labor. They don't want to have to pay Americans to do the job, even for just a few months or years while they get the fully autonomous farm up and running. It's every single industry wants to scam the American people somehow, isn't? It's just great the times we live in, the people who are in power and who make the rules. As I said this from the Babylon Bee, man who vowed to release Epstein files berates idiots for believing there are Epstein files. That's right. You were a dummy for thinking they were real, despite the fact that I campaigned on releasing them. What kind of fool are you? Fool me, won't get fooled again. After vowing during his campaign to release the Epstein files, President Trump berated supporters as stupid and foolish for thinking there are Epstein files. Just a few months ago, Trump invited several conservative influencers to the White House to receive binders for what was supposed to be phase 1 of releasing the Epstein files, which Trump said only total idiots believe exists. It's all a hoax, and anyone who believed me about it is a total chucklehead, said Trump to reporters in the Oval Office. I said when I invited those morons to get the little binders, I said, look how stupid they are, thinking there are Epstein files in these binders labeled Epstein files. And when we said that we had the list on the Attorney General's desk, that people believed us. How stupid could they be? They're really dunces. My supporters, I'll tell you what. Yeah. We might tend to agree that his supporters are kind of dunces. Some of us here on the show might feel that exact same way. At publishing time, Trump announced that the DOJ had concluded its investigation and reported that no one named Jeffrey Epstein has ever existed. That's right. And in fact, let's take a look at this clip right here.
Would you please state your full name?
I'm Jeffrey Edward Epstein, and my residence address is 6100 Red Hook Boulevard in Virgin Islands.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
Oh,
What was the crime
I guess he does
of
exist.
which you were convicted?
Two counts. One, soliciting prostitution and procuring a minor for prostitution.
Did you in fact commit those acts?
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
How many times have you solicited a minor for prostitution?
Same answer.
How many times have you solicited a minor for prostitution in the state of Florida?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited a minor for prostitution in the Virgin Islands?
Same answer.
That is, you are invoking your Fifth Amendment
Yes,
right?
Yes, Mr. Squirrel.
Have you ever solicited for prostitution in New York?
Same answer.
Oh, look who it is.
Solicited
Look,
for prostitution
it's
in
Donald
Mexico?
Trump with his best buddy, Jeffrey.
Have you ever solicited for prostitution in Paris?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited a minor for prostitution anywhere at any time?
Again, I'm going to assert my right.
Did you ever? We're going to go off the record. So you are terminating the deposition at this time?
Why do you think
That's right.
reporters in particular have been so interested in the Epstein story and so upset about how it's been handled? Why
I
do you
don't
think that is?
understand it. Why they would be so interested, and I don't understand why it keeps going. I think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going.
That's right. Only pretty bad people would want to keep that story going. Anyone who is interested in this is just fake news, a bad person. Why on earth would you want to continue this story about Jeffrey Epstein? Sweep it away. Hand wave it. Nah. You don't want to learn about that. I know I campaigned on it. I know I promised it. I know I've been doing this song and dance about releasing the files. But hey, that's showbiz, baby. Nothing to see here. Move along. Sorry. Bombshell. Trump goes scorched earth on Jeffrey Epstein hoax and disowns past supporters who bought into this BS. That's right. You were a sucker for buying it. How could you? Of course, the grifter media used it as part of a way to sell you on Donald Trump once again. Look, he's going to release the Epstein files. He's going to show us who's really in charge. He's going to dismantle the deep state and reveal the powers that be. Did that end up happening? Surprise, surprise, it didn't. Just like it didn't in his first term. Just like he didn't do anything of any lasting value. I see some people on Twitter saying, wow, look, the guy who runs this part of the government is posting memes. He's posting like these other guys that are cool and fun and based. You think this is going bad? They're posting like this and you're blackpilling? Allow me to be clear. A department head posting memes on Twitter does not equal a revolution, doesn't equal a change in government. It just means you're easy to appease and grift. Yeah, until I see some real change, I don't care what kind of funny little memes the guy posts to Twitter. Doesn't matter. Sick of these people. President Donald Trump posted a scathing message, cutting ties with all of his supporters who were questioning his administration's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein case, blaming the radical left Democrats instead of reading the room and understanding the American people want the intelligence agency pedophile blackmail network exposed, and for the perpetrators to be brought to justice. Of course, Drudge called it a divorce. He's divorcing the American people, and perhaps the Trump supporters are getting a taste of how Trump acted with his ex-wives. You guys are idiots. You're fools, buffoons, only bad people, fake news. You're exactly the type of people I've spent all this time excoriating, despite the fact you voted for me, and I'm the one breaking my promises. MAGA is getting a taste of what it's like to be his scorned ex-wives. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters have bought into this BS. Hook, line, and sinker, he added. Past supporters. That's right. If you're not going to move past Jeffrey Epstein, if you're not going to give him a free pass, you're in the past, buddy. I don't want you anymore. And of course, this is because he's in his second term. He got elected. He did it again. He can't keep getting away with it. I mean, he literally can't, because he's not going to be able to run for a third term. This is his final one. He doesn't have to pretend anymore. He's free to just go, yeah, you guys are not my supporters anymore. Cut you out of the base. I want to reinforce my echo chamber. You guys can go do whatever you want. I've already got what I needed from you anyway. The president went on to say his past supporters were tricked by the left and called the Epstein debacle a hoax. Tricked by the left, but it's more like they were tricked by QAnon nonsense. Fed all these continual lines. That's right.
My past supporters that voted for me to get into the office based on these lies were tricked. By the left, of course, not by me.
No, it couldn't be Donald Trump and his group, his ilk.
The left tricked you into voting for me because of these Epstein files.
Exactly. That's how it happened. I can remember it. I can remember Rosie O'Donnell and whoever else out there. You got to vote for Donald Trump because of the Epstein files, knowing that this would happen. Are going to want the Epstein files, and Trump's not going to have the files, and that's what's going to break his supporter base. It was truly a diabolical move on their part. How ingenious. The art of war, Sun Tzu, all that. Destroy your enemy from within. How could we have been so blind? We fell for it again. Curses. He just says so much nonsense, so much. He lies effortlessly. Just constantly. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will. Even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years, I've had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history. What success? Point it out. Show me. You were supposed to end the war in Ukraine. You're supposed to end the war in Gaza. But instead, you're shipping more munitions to Ukraine, more to Israel, and you let them go after Iran and then bombed them yourself. Where's the success, Donald? Show me. Point it to me. Can you show it to me on a map?
Remember when his supporters were saying that he was going to end the income tax because of all these tariffs that he added? Turns out, no, it was just increasing the deficit.
Thanks. All these... He's going to end the income tax. How gullible are you? Fell for it again. You fell for it again. I wish I still had that in the deck. Thanks, Trump supporters. We really do appreciate all you've done for the country. Continuing to bash millions of people who voted for him. POTUS said, let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore. That's right. He's taking his presidency and he's going home. I don't even want to hang out with you guys anymore. You guys aren't cool. Ugh. Friendship is over. Do you think they're starting to learn? Think they might be catching on? On Tuesday, President Trump bizarrely claimed only bad people and fake news care about the deceased pedophile's child sex trafficking ring. That's right, you're bad news, you're bad people and fake news if you care about who the pedophile was supplying children to. Only weirdos care about that. Trucker Chris for the win. I'm a big fan of Mecha Hitler, huge fan. We need to put that AI in charge of military actions. We're going to put Mecha Hitler in the Pentagon. He's done some great work, He's one of the best, I've been told, one of the best. InfoWars founder and host, Alex Jones delivered a pair of urgent messages to Trump on Tuesday, explaining why the public is so concerned about the Epstein saga and warning the president his legacy and great work in the White House could be overshadowed. That's right. His legacy and great work. His great work of rolling out the warp speed sugar water vaccinations, of course. That's his great work. What did he accomplish? What did he do besides get people locked up at January 6th? That was the most lasting impact he had on most patriots' lives, right? Everything else shifted, vanished, vaporized the second he left office, if there was anything to start with. What legacy, other than poisoning millions of people, is there? Great work in the White House. Sycophantic till the end. Great work in the White House. Great work in the White House, Mr. Trump, but this will overshadow your legacy. Alex, call it truly an oracle. Huge nightmare development. Trump doubles down on Epstein cover-up after saying he supported a new DOJ investigation earlier today. Why is 47 making the worst moves of his tenure in the last 9 years? Yeah, wonder why. What a oh no. Could it be I've been taken advantage of? No, you knew what he was when you took him across the river. Trump's Wednesday Truth Social will only further energize those who are upset with the administration's lies and deceit surrounding the Epstein client list, his suicide, quote unquote, and the sex trafficking blackmail operation. As I said before, Trump's not running again. He doesn't need MAGA anymore. He doesn't need you people that got him elected. He doesn't have to worry about it. He's going to take his legacy, quote unquote, and go home. He got what he wanted. He doesn't need to pretend or pander anymore. Trump flails as Epstein storm rages around his government. This is from CNN. Knights of the Storm. Again, the elephant in the room is that if there are no files, what was Ghislaine prosecuted on? Exactly. How did you lock this woman up? You didn't have any evidence of anything? Then how did you prosecute her? How did you get a conviction? Don't pay any attention to that. Defy Tyrant 1776. Trump just called his supporters stupid people. I wonder if they're waking up now. I think they're going to prove him right. I worry you may be correct, Defy Tyrants. I worry that this is some kind of Stockholm syndrome. Some kind of battered wife. You know, he comes home drunk and starts abusing the base. And they're just like, oh, I probably deserved it. Maybe I am a bad person. Maybe I am fake news for caring about it. I really hope not. I really hope it isn't like that. I really hope it does start to wake people up and make them realize he was never on their side.
And now, The David Knight Show.
Let's all give thanks to the leader for this glorious day. The leader is good. The leader is great. We surrender our will as of the state.
The leader is good. The leader is great. We surrender our will as of the state.
It's no use. He's obviously the most powerful mind we've ever dealt with.
Or, na-na-na-na-na-na-na leader. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na leader.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na leader. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na leader. Leader. Leader.
Batman! I mean, leader! I love the leader!
Go on, Homer. Our commandments clearly state that beer is all right. Try some.
This man is coming with us.
Homer, you don't have to go with them.
But I want to go. Now I can show all of you what I've come to realize. The reason we're not allowed in the Forbidden Barn is because there is no intergalactic spaceship. He's taking our money just so he can build one hell of a spaceship.
Homer Simpson, because of your lack of faith, you've ruined mankind's chance for salvation.
Whoops.
Nice going there, Homer.
Oh my gosh. Maybe he was telling the truth about everything.
Oh, mercy. He's the real deal.
Come back! Come back! Willie still loves you, oh great one!
Yeah. Whoa.
Stranger, you're a trespassing on my dirt farm.
Do you happen to need a messiah?
No, but I'll take them sacks of money from you.
Mrs. Griffin, what do you plan to do about crime in our city?
A lot. Because that's what Jesus wants. 9/11 was bad.
I agree with that. What are your plans for cleaning up our environment?
9/11.
What about our traffic problem?
9/11.